Hello and welcome back to another video on the F1 Journal and to my FormulaE season review for the 2021 season, and I think it's fair to say that was crazy. After all, some series are lucky if the championship isn't decided before the final two races, let alone have 18 drivers in contention. FormulaE awards points to the top 10 and the driver who sets fastest lap, as in Formula 1. However, there is also a point for being fast in a group stage of qualifying and then taking 3 for pole, meaning that a maximum a driver can score over the race weekend is 30. Mercedes driver Nick de Vries won the championship and was leading heading into the Berlin race, but everyone down to the 18th place before that weekend, who was Alexander Sims, had a genuine chance of winning it, if an increasingly remote one, of heading the table come that Sunday evening. Sims was 51 points back, but teammate Alex Lynn took 44 points at a London weekend 2 weeks prior over 2 races. So yeah, that just shows how quickly things could turn around this season. FormulaE's title fight typically is lasted until the final rounds, and only has been settled earlier twice. The first was during John Eric Verne's dominant run in the last season for the first generation cars, when he was only Sam Bird could come into the final round as contenders. Bird was at a distinct disadvantage with a mothball powertrain, which he received no updates for the whole season, and Bird neatly took the title on Saturday in New York. The second time was last season, when every driver arrived in the 6-race finale in title contention by default, as it constituted the majority of that season's races. After 5 rounds, Antonio Felix da Costa went into the 6 races in Berlin with a narrow lead that immediately extended to an impossible one, and da Costa sealed it beyond question with 2 races to go. This was particularly impressive given the number of points that were still on the table. Putting together a rather dominant run, as da Costa did in Berlin, is difficult in Formula E. Although group qualifying has taken a flak for inconsistent results this year, it's not always the culprit. At 2 races this year, Valencia's second round and Puebla's first, the giant track made a meaningful difference to qualifying times across the group. Teams also did the damage to their own lap times on some occasions, such as when those drivers in Group 1 were sent nose to tail in Monaco. Any lap that was set on clear track is likely to be better than when your front wing is bruised in another car's diffuser. It's also true to say that drivers in the earlier groups have the faster cars. Performance gaps in Formula E are much less in a series like F1. The worst powertrains are only really showing their weakness over race distances, as efficiency is worn down by wear over the season. But it's still true that qualifying well in a backmarker car isn't likely to have a good outcome. The only time a driver from Group 4 has managed to convert that advantage in qualifying to pole position and victory was Jake Dennis during the second Valencia round. Unlike most backmarkers, however, Dennis was in a BMW factory car and only arrived in Group 4, having been repeatedly squeezed into the wall during the opening rounds. As the point situation makes clear, no driver is completely consistent this season. Second place Robin Fries came closest with 6 9-point finishes over 13 rounds, but no retirements or disqualifications. In contrast, Alex Sims has failed 5 times, and De Vries and Sam Bird have 4 DNS apiece. So who would, among the closely knit group, would emerge on top? A strong weekend in New York put Bird into realistic competition for the title, with Mercedes having an off weekend. However, with bad races in London, that all but finish it off. And yeah, we walked into the final race with about 4 drivers in contention. However, after that crazy start, where 3 of those got taken out, from then on in, it was a really comfortable afternoon for Nick de Vries. And after all the crazy season, to not kind of get a title decided to Philly was kind of crazy, to be honest, if not disappointing. But yeah, that's kind of a review of this crazy Formula E season, why it's been so close, and all of that stuff. Hey guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, remember your thoughts, comments down below. Follow me on Twitter, link in the description below for daily F1 news, and subscribe to my channel on the screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for watching. Peace.